What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
The name was unfamiliar to Kagali. However, it held significant weight. The place of beginnings. Could it really be the birthplace of Star King Dragon Veldanava? The place of beginnings was said to predate all worlds. It was a legend, only remembered in ancient myths. It was rumored to exist, but no one had ever seen it.
How?
To enter here, you need a key to unlock the gate, though I didn't know what it was. Now that I'm here, I understand, but I'm not going to share that with you.
Kagali felt irritated but remembered that Dino was not one to waste words. If he wouldn't tell her now, he wouldn't tell her at all, regardless of her efforts. In that case, she decided to ask something else.
I won't press you, just tell me what you can.
How bothersome.
We've known each other a long time, isn't that enough?
What's in it for me?
I've done plenty for you, so.
Before Kagali could finish, Dino straightened up.
What do you want to know? If I answer, you'll let the past go, right?
Yes, I promise.
Kagali smiled at him. Dino was still the same as ever, which gave Kagali some comfort despite the confusing circumstances.
Our boss, Yuki Kagarazaka, why is he still being controlled? You just mentioned Kondu is dead. Wait, really?
You're quick to figure things out, aren't you? You're probably right, so I might as well tell you. Kondu had you under his control, but the same person who gave Kondu his power is controlling Yuki.
Just as I suspected.
It was hard to believe there was someone with the ability to grant such power over others. Yet, Dino wouldn't lie about this. He wasn't one to talk unless he meant it, making his information reliable. Yuki being controlled, he has a unique constitution that nullifies all skills, so the idea that someone could override that is terrifying. She wanted to help Yuki return to normal to escape, but she had no idea how to do it, so.
Where are my adorable children?
The ones right behind you?
Kagali turned quickly, but saw no sign of them, which made sense. I see, they've turned into combat dolls, only following my orders. Realizing she was more anxious than she thought, Kagali calmed herself and cancelled the command, reverting Tyr and Footman to their original states. Incidentally, there were also 9 unfamiliar undead elves standing in a line, but Kagali paid them no mind. For now, she vaguely remembered her actions while under control. She recalled being ordered to cast the forbidden spell, Dead Birthday, so they must have been created by that. However, it wasn't her doing, and she felt no connection to those she had created.
Oh, Chairman, you're okay? I was so worried about you.
Tyr is right. Chairman, did the boss help you?
No, he didn't. There's no point in hiding it, so I'll tell you straight, this situation is the worst.
Kagali said, explaining their current predicament. Dino, unconcerned by the lack of attention, dozed off.
I get it, it's because we aren't strong enough, right?
That's not it, Tyr. Even the boss was controlled, so we'd have no chance resisting, no matter how hard we tried.
So what now? Are we just going to follow orders?
There aren't any guards around. Can't we escape?
Footman asked, and Tyr shared her thoughts. Kagali's face darkened as she responded.
That's the issue. I'd love to escape, but we're in the Heavenly Star Palace, another world entirely. Magic can't get us out.
Kagali had already attempted elemental magic, warp portal. If there had been any sign of success, she would have taken Tyr, Footman, and Yuki and fled. But without knowing their exact location, the spell failed. It was lucky that I broke free from the control, but clearly, that alone won't help. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality. Sure, there are no guards, but that's because they think we can't escape.
Dino.
Huh, what? Just when I'm about to get some sleep, you still have questions?
I doubt you'll answer, but is there any way out of here?
Do you think there is?
No.
Exactly. I've always admired your quick thinking, so stop wasting time and keep quiet.
The outcome was predictable, yet still disheartening. The Heavenly Star Palace is a tiny, flat world. It exists on the inner surface of a sphere, with the bottom half as land and the top half as sky. It spans less than 100 square kilometers, has a mild climate without distinct seasons, and features a beautiful chalk castle. But that was just right. The flowers never wilted, the fruit stayed fresh, the water remained pure, and the soil was always moist. Consequently, fields of flowers were always in bloom, and the sparse trees produced sweet and fragrant heavenly fruits. In this timeless world, there was no sense of change. Kagali and her group waited in a garden gazebo, from which they could see the entire castle and, in the distance, the massive gate at the world's edge. No one emerged from the castle. With the gates shut, it was clear that escaping this world was impossible. Kagali wasn't disheartened by Dino's response. Instead, she tried to think of a solution calmly. However, someone emerged from the castle, interrupting her thoughts. A man with a muscular build and a confident face approached. He radiated a powerful aura indicating his great strength.
Dino-sama, it troubles me to see someone of your caliber associating with this group.
The man looked down on Kagali and the others with natural disdain. Although annoyed, Kagali endured it, keeping her cautious nature in check.
Gnome, isn't it? It seems you've successfully incarnated.
Yes. The body of a man named Vega made an excellent catalyst. His regenerative abilities are impressive, and at this rate, the others and Dallas-sama should be able to incarnate as well.
Good to know.
Dino responded, clearly uninterested. Kagali, not fully understanding the situation, listened quietly. Vega was indeed Vega the Power, one of the leaders of Cerberus. In Kagali's hazy memories, she recalled a scene of them arriving in this place together. Vega as a catalyst? Could he be used for incarnation? That seems likely. The man inherited traits from one of Rosso's research projects, the Magic Inquisitor. He's a hybrid of monster and human, capable of healing from any injury as long as he's nourished. In other words, even if his arms were severed, they would regenerate. Experiments even showed that he could come back to life as long as his head remained intact. Here's the terrifying part. Any severed body parts would attempt to reform into a monster, albeit without a sense of self. That's why Yuki had ordered Vega to retrieve his limbs if they were ever cut off. But it looks like this gnome character exploited Vega's traits to obtain an empty body. Why would he need a body? What's his real identity? Is he trying to incarnate like a demon? No, judging by his divine aura, he's an angel. That would indeed be more powerful than possessing a human or monster. Kagali's thoughts raced. Though she had lost most of her combat abilities, her intellect was still sharp. She quickly reached a rough conclusion. This gnome must be an angel or some kind of spiritual being. He incarnated to invade the earth. Vega is being used to create flesh. He might be alive, but he's incapacitated. This assumption was mostly accurate, though Gnome's race was actually a phantom. He had fused his pseudomorphic body with magicules from Vega's cells. This enabled Gnome to achieve full incarnation by integrating the substance. The substances absorbed were proteins and carbohydrates from the ground. Essentially, all he needed to do was consume them. Unlike the method used for undead elves, this was more suitable for Gnome, who was a semi-spiritual life form. Incidentally, Gnome is one of Zalario's subordinates. He wasn't part of the assault on Ramirez's labyrinth and had stayed behind. Then Feldway returned with Vega and others, ordering Gnome to incarnate. Zalario and his team arrived shortly after and joined Dino and the others. With Gnome's successful incarnation as an experiment, the others began to follow suit. This is why Gnome was the first to emerge. Gnome, previously a throne angel, is now a high-ranking phantom at the general level. Thanks to his successful incarnation, he could now wield more power than a demon lord seed. From Gnome's viewpoint, Kagali, who was nearly human, was insignificant. Thus, he naturally spoke to them with a sense of superiority.
Kagali, right. You are just tools to bolster our power. Even though you have regained your will after Conda's death, don't get too confident. Dino-sama is far beyond your league.
Enough. Stop right there.
No, Dino-sama. You are one of the exalted 7 primordial angels. It is far too lenient to speak so casually with these people.
That's why I'm telling you, Kazalim and I go way back.
My name is Kagali now. Could you use that name from now on?
I guess it's easier to remember since it's shorter. Fine, Kagali.
Kagali, now a beautiful woman, was a stark contrast to her former male self. The name change felt appropriate, and Dino accepted it without fuss. Ignoring Gnome, Dino and Kagali continued their casual chat, which only irritated Gnome more. Gnome's master is a former cherub named Dolly's, a noble and skilled fighter, and Zalario's right-hand man. Yet, even Dolly's couldn't compare to the primordials. These beings weren't just named recently like Gnome. They were created and named by the god Veldanava himself. They were the great seraphim who had been fighting demons since the beginning. To Gnome, they were gods, making Kagali's attitude intolerable. Even if Dino tolerated it, leaving it unchecked could undermine Zalario's status. With this in mind, Gnome decided to resort to force.
I told you not to get carried away.
He launched a mass of spiritual energy, Tenkuden, at Kagali, who was seated. Dino didn't react. He didn't need to.
Is your lecture done? You're the one being disrespectful to the chairman.
Yeah, exactly. Go for it, footman.
Kagali's devoted allies, her loyal clowns, were ready to confront Gnome. The battle was intense and one-sided. Originally a phantom under Zalario's command, Gnome had fought the insectors. Though he had just obtained a physical body, he felt no discomfort. In fact, his combat prowess had improved. His existence value surpassed 1 million, and his magicule count was steadily increasing to fill his new body. Facing Gnome was Footman, whose combat skills outmatched Clayman's. Despite his low intelligence, Footman's raw power was extraordinary. With an existence value of 1.3 million and his restraints lifted, he was far stronger than when he fought Geld.
Boom.
Footman shouted as he punched Gnome. Gnome's face caved in from the blow, and he was sent flying.
I'm not done yet.
Footman relentlessly pursued Gnome, hitting him repeatedly. He grabbed Gnome's foot, swung him around, and flung him into the air. Footman then leapt up, used his body like a cannonball, and crashed into Gnome's back. He grabbed Gnome and slammed him into the ground, his full weight driving Gnome further into the earth. Though not very bright, Footman had a strong combat instinct. Knowing that Gnome, with Vega's cells, would regenerate from wounds, he focused on exhausting Gnome by inflicting continuous damage. Gnome was bewildered by Footman's unexpected strength.
How is this possible? How can I, a phantom general, be overpowered by this nobody?
Despite the boost in his combat abilities from incarnating, Gnome was losing. He couldn't comprehend this reality.
What? What are you?
Me? I'm Footman, a member of the moderate clown troupe, also known as the Angry Pierrot. Nice to meet you.
Footman bowed mockingly and introduced himself with exaggerated politeness. Gnome was infuriated by Footman's laid-back demeanor. Then Tear joined in.
I'll introduce myself too. I'm Tear, the Teardrop, from the moderate clown troupe. After Footman's done, you'll get to play with me.
Though she spoke in a sweet tone, her malicious intent was clear. While not as strong as Footman, Tear was formidable. Her existence value was just over 1 million, and she had a unique skill that was a deadly ace up her sleeve.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. The Harv, Mike Roch, Matthew Abraham, Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Missa LW Hernandez, Jason Martin. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.